Hey, there we go.
That's better.
Every time I can't figure it out. What's up?
Cheese.
Hey.
We're here.
That we are.
We made it. Through all the scars.
The scars.
Through all the pain, the tears, the bloodshed.
Yeah.
That is finals.
Mm-hmm.
We are here.
We made it here.
The cooler is still open. The cooler is still cooling.
It's got to be one last time.
It has to.
Yeah.
See if we get renewed for a season 3.
God willing.
God willing. Yeah. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But Cheese, look at us.
Here we are.
Goodness gracious, Cheese. I mean, I have been.
You've been in the trenches.
I have been in the trenches.
Sir.
Cheese.
Yeah.
To give context, okay?
Yeah.
Like, look, people have been through a lot, okay?
Yeah, they have.
There's a lot of struggle in the world.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things going on.
Mm-hmm. Especially right now.
But to be a Providence College student right now,
It's a scary thing, Veg.
it's a different type of struggle. I mean, we're talking. Geez, I've turned into the Batman with the way that I've only been active at night. I'm like,
Really?
I've turned nocturnal. I mean,
That's not good.
it's
What
not-
time are you going to bed right now, Veg?
You know what time I went to sleep last night?
What time?
6.
a.m.
Yep.
Because
6.
you had 2 papers to write.
2 papers, finished them both at 3, and I couldn't fall asleep until 6. Yeah. Yep.
That's awful.
Yep. And what's tough is that I was working in my room, so he's specifically working in the bed in my bed.
You were writing your assignments in your bed.
Yep. I was
It's a horrible thing to do for your brain.
probably right.
I did this by accident where my freshman year.
Can we just double check to make sure people could hear us?
Yeah, my dad texted
Okay.
bloodshed question
Okay,
mark,
go on,
so
go on.
I'm pretty sure we got it. We're
Go.
ready. We're rocking and rolling. Okay.
Yep.
Also, if you can't hear us, though, let us know. You
Yeah.
can call in at 401
Sure.
865-2091 to the cooler.
Yep.
Our freshman year, when it was COVID and we couldn't leave our rooms, I started, I just did all my homework in my room. And because of that, I wouldn't do any homework on my bed because I needed the separation of my activity space and my sleeping.
Yep.
And it was so healthy for my brain because because all through high school, I did all my homework on my bed. But the second I stopped doing work on my bed, I could fall asleep so much easier. Because my brain knew that, when I lied down on my bed, it was time to relax.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not healthy what I did last night in terms of
How'd your roommate feel about that?
Oh, Mo didn't care.
Not at all.
Actually, Mo was really great. I mean, he had work to do as well. He also does work in his bed sometimes too. He's applying to some abroad program. Yeah, something he's gonna this summer, I guess.
He's doing a Maymaster?
Potentially,
Where's
yeah.
he gonna go?
Don't know. I think London. I think the same thing that I was gonna do.
That you backed out of?
That I backed out of.
Tough.
Next time we see another congressperson walk by, are we inviting them in or not?
I don't
'Cause
know
was
any.
another person.
I don't know if they're. I don't know who's a congressperson. This is your choice.
That's fair. Is this permission to let
You gotta ask me
whoever's
permission
walking?
like I'm a mom.
It's our show,
It's up to you, Veg.
Because the guy that just walked by,
Yeah.
it's just an absolute personality.
Okay.
Absolute. You talking?
You make the calls.
Okay. I might call everybody in potentially, or not.
I'll have veto power.
Sure. Yeah.
If there's someone that I'm I don't want them in here, I'll be like,
kick him out immediately.
I'll be like, no, veto, and you'd be like, oh, sorry, we were
It's
just waving.
even when they walk in, you're just like, no.
You don't belong here. You can turn around now.
Jeez.
Oh boy,
When my roommates were here talking about how bad lasagna was, and you screamed,
that was
"Get out of my show!"
That was my reality TV moment.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
What was I saying? What were we talking about? Yeah, so Mo's applying abroad. The same thing that I almost did.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting for
Would
him.
you visit him abroad?
Oh,
Had
that
a
would
little
be cool.
London action?
That would be cool. Sure,
A
if I
little
had the money.
post-grad?
All my money is going to be scrounged up right now. It's going straight to Japan.
What?
Yeah. I didn't mention this, did I? So,
What?
So, when I think about not going abroad, during my academic career as a student at Providence College, I say to myself, like, nah, it sucks, you know. But recently, I've had possible, and we're talking like maybe 70% chance, 75% chance of this
It's a
work,
really high chance.
of this working, potentially, of going to Japan this summer.
What?
Yeah.
For who? With who? For what?
My friend, since I was like in first grade, we've been friends for a long time. He's Japanese, you know, so like his family's like, most of them, they live in Japan, and they go to Japan every single year. And this year, we talked about it, you know, because my mom and his mom were super close. They chatted about it, and now there's a solid chance I might be joining him on their next little trip to Japan. And that right there, Cheese, that's the pinnacle for me. That's the pinnacle. That's what I've wanted ever since I was a kid. Like, I'm okay. I'm A-okay with not doing abroad this whole academic career if that means I can go to Japan for a few weeks.
How long are you going to be there?
Maybe 3 weeks or so.
Do you need me to come as your co-host? I can support you there. As a co-host of our podcast?
Well, I don't know what I would do without, like, you know. Because if I see a mic, I'm going to be like, I need Cheese here.
Yeah.
I can't.
So I'll come.
I mean, you have to come. If
Sure.
I'm talking.
Just for you.
Well, Cheese.
Not for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if I'm, because you know me. You know, I get really shy when I meet new people. You know, so when I'm meeting like his family members from Japan and all that, and all these new people, I need to have a booth set up in order to talk to them. Just the two mics.
Imagine? Just sitting there and be like, you can come in. You sit down. Let's discuss.
They don't even know who you are.
What are your pet peeves?
Just imagine like I'm sitting at their table. They're about to have dinner.
Yeah.
You know, and they're just like, so Reggie, you know, how was college for you? I'm just like, hold on.
I come out from the other room.
You just come from out of
Like
nowhere.
nobody knows I was there.
They're like, who is this? You sit down, and I look at you like, you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, guys. You're listening to The Cooler with Veg and Cheese.
Oh my God.
WDUM 91. What is it? 91.3 FM, Providence College Radio.
There we go.
There you go. So you will have to come, just for me to be able to communicate properly. But yeah, no, I'm going to Japan potentially.
I literally couldn't be more.
Potentially.
Wow.
Potentially, yeah.
I want to go to Japan.
I would love to go to Japan.
Well, you're actually going. So
I might.
It's not fair for you to say.
It's not officially confirmed.
You have no money. What? How is this possible?
Well, I do have money. It's all saved up. It's just the matter of like, what am I gonna? You know what I mean? Because initially that was really for nursing school, and it still is. But my mom's also like saving a good chunk as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Actually, a massive chunk.
For you?
Yeah. Like we're talking like very minimal Christmas presents this year.
Wow.
For this trip.
Wow.
But we're like, I've been.
Well, this trip, it could be a Christmas present.
It kind of is.
Birthday present.
Yeah. I've
whatever present.
It's every present, honestly.
For the next like 3 years.
I mean, geez, I've been talking about this since I was a wee little lad.
You met him. You said first grade. You said in 20 years. No, in 15 years, we're gonna go to Japan together.
Yeah.
And he said, okay.
I've always like hoped that he would take me, but I never wanted to ask.
I mean, that's the pinnacle of friendship right there.
Because my mom always said like, "Oh, just ask him," and I'd be like, "Mom, I can't ask him to take me to Japan."
Yeah, that's
like
not right. You can't
almost
do
as
that.
if I'm, you know what I mean.
You can't invite yourself over to someone.
I can't, But it took about, I don't even know how long ago. How long ago was first grade? I mean, that was.
What were we, 6? It was 15 years.
Maybe second grade, I
Ish.
don't know, but yeah, around 15. It took 15 years to get up to this point where I could be like, we should go to Japan, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And it's probably more feasible now because we're like in our 20s, so that's not out of the norm versus me at 14 saying, hey, let's go to Japan.
Let's go to Japan. Yeah.
Geez, I mean, it would be great. So basically, I guess I would be going with him, his sister, because I guess their family would be there. Maybe they're coming back and they'd still stay there. So I would fly by myself there and
That's
then meet
fine.
them, which look, here's the thing, Cheese. In general, I'm kind of skittish about flying. Like,
Really?
I'm not a huge fan of it.
Interesting.
I used to like not care, but for some reason I didn't do it for so long that now I do care.
How long have you gone? How long have you gone without flying?
Sophomore year, high school. It's a while. It's a while. It's a while.
I like don't know how to say this in any other way than to be like, I have been on so many planes in the past
Okay.
9 months.
All right.
I've
you have
been on so many planes.
Miss Worldwide.
No, just Europe.
Just Europe. Yeah.
But you'll be fine. I've done in my lifetime, the longest plane ride I went on was like 12 hours long, which is a long one. When I went from...
Go on. I don't know how long Japan is. I think it's
probably
longer.
Yeah.
Go on.
Because when I went from London to Namibia, when I visited my brother, when he studied abroad in Africa, that plane ride was quite a long one.
He studied abroad in Africa?
Yeah, I went and I visited him.
Wow.
I've been to Africa.
You've been to Africa.
Did you not know this about me?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Well, you didn't know I was going to Japan.
It's so different. I've already been. I've already done it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
When was this?
I was a junior in high school. And it was just me and my parents. My two sisters couldn't come.
You got so excited saying that.
No, I didn't. I felt
excited.
so bad about it, but it was so much fun.
That same sparkle in your eye that I saw is the same one that you have when you talked about like when you were just home alone with your parents that one time or whatever for that 1 week or something like that, or you just watched
The year and a half.
Oh, it was a year and a half?
That my siblings weren't home.
Wow, that's a long time.
I'm the youngest, okay?
Yeah.
I've never ever in my life had a minute alone with my parents.
Yeah. But
And it's awesome.
Yeah, no,
I love my parents. I mean, I'll talk about it all the time. Like I love hanging out with my parents. When I was in high school, we used to have these times, and we'd say like it was like we say it now when like the rest of my siblings aren't there, and we say it's like an only child weekend or something when it's just me and my parents around.
That's funny
because it's awesome. Like I love hanging out with my parents.
Yeah. They're cool people.
Shameless plug. Shouts out my parents. My mom's. You know where my mom is right now?
Where is she?
The Big Apple.
She's in the Big Apple.
Yes, sir.
She's in the city that never sleeps.
That's the one.
She's at the place where Frank Sinatra made that one song. Mm-hmm. She's at the place where Jay-Z became an artist.
She's where you and I had dinner at Margaritaville.
She's where the Yankees play, and now Juan Soto, a New York Yankee, is now playing. Little shameless plug. Go get your tickets now.
Who's the other guy who just went from the outfielder who went from the Red Sox to the Yankees?
Oh, Alex Verdugo?
That's the one.
Wow, you knew that one?
Yeah.
Jeez. Wow.
You impressed?
Okay. How'd you know that?
I do my research.
Wow. When did you do your research?
I don't know.
You just did it.
I'm just around.
Wow.
Jenny from the block.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Those two are going to be in New York, but so is your mom. She's
so is
in
my
New
mom
York.
with her best friend.
She's signing with the Yankees too?
Hell no.
Oh.
Absolutely not. What a garbage team.
All right. Well, come on.
Okay. Yeah, so my mom and her best friend
Yep.
of 26 years.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's an achievement right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
My mother's best friend, Kirsty, who's also listening right now.
Sure.
They are listening. Isn't that crazy? As we speak. I couldn't believe it.
Kirsty.
Yeah. Kirsty, my mom.
Welcome to the show.
She lives in Washington State. It was far away.
A little bit away.
She called up my mom
Yep.
like a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
She said, "What are you doing December 8th?" My mom said, "I don't know." Her best friend says, "We're going to New York City."
Wow. That's the start of the movie right there.
And now they're there. My mom said, "Okay." Drove down to New York last night. First she took a plane. Wow. Yes, sir.
What are they doing in New York City?
They are going, I think they're shopping a lot pre-Christmas season. They're going to see a Broadway show.
Shopping in New York City is crazy.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's expensive.
Well,
that's expensive.
It's two ladies on the town, veg.
Sure, having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. They worked hard.
Shopping for me, so I'm not going to complain.
And what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're reaping the benefits of this trip. Yeah.
And they're going to, I don't know if my mom was serious about this, but she said they were going to wait in line to go to SNL. I don't know if that's actually going to happen.
Oh, wow.
Do you know who's at SNL tonight?
Olivia Rodrigo.
And Adam Driver.
Yeah. I didn't know that's how it works.
Yeah, I think you just like stand in line.
I thought it was like you have to, almost like a lottery thing.
Some shows are like that, but
because it's not like a traditional like buy your tickets, right? Isn't
no,
it like,
it's free.
It's all free?
Yeah, most of all those like night show places are free. Not places, all those shows. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess, wow, it's free. I didn't know it was
I think it's free. I'm pretty sure. I
It's
know some
free?
aren't really. Yeah. Because you just like kind of wait in line and hope you can get in. Yeah.
Is that confirmed?
No.
Because that's a
have no
crazy
idea.
claim we're making
Hold
right
on, let me
now.
look at it. I'm not sure.
Because if that's, I mean, look, they fill those things out all the time. If that's the reason, then fair game.
Yeah.
But if they, Olivia Rodrigo, Adam Driver, how to get tickets? Yeah, how to get tickets? Wow.
You can email, I think, or the ticket lottery. I'm pretty sure there's one thing though that you can like you stand in line.
Wow.
I literally love Weekend Update because I would marry Colin Jost.
Well, you know who is married to Colin Jost?
Scarlett Johansson, who I would also marry. I love them.
Phone's dead. Oh boy.
Phone's dead.
This is not going to come on for at least a couple of hours. That phone.
Is there really no plug
My
on the
charger's
side of this
so
computer?
bad.
No, your phone is bad. Don't blame it on the charger when it's your fault. It's my aggression because I think Reggie needs a new phone. So it's on me.
Well, that's not happening
SNL tickets
now.
are free.
They are free. Wow, cheese. You backed up the claim.
Bam.
SNL tickets are free. I never
Bam.
knew that.
Yeah.
So they're probably online, right?
Mm-hmm.
In line, whatever you like to say. Trying to get
Online.
tickets.
I think so, yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys still watch SNL like routinely or not really?
No.
But when in Rome, go to SNL, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've never been to one of those before. I wonder if it's like that for like Tonight shows too, like Jimmy Fallon. Probably, right?
Yeah. Wait, I'm reading the...
Now you're reading the.
Yeah.
You want to go to New York City?
Wanna go right now?
Are we gonna go get tickets? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if that's actually what they're doing, but I know I would love to see a talk show person. Laura,
Yep.
a friend of the show and a friend of mine
Sure.
for since, somewhat childhood.
Sure.
She recently got tickets to, who did her family get tickets to see? She saw like John Oliver or
I
there was Stephen
love
Colbert,
John
I
Oliver.
think. One of them.
I don't like Stephen Colbert.
You don't like Stephen Colbert?
It's not funny anymore.
Really?
I don't think any of the Tonight Show guys are really that funny anymore.
I like Jimmy Kimmel. I don't like
But
Jimmy Fallon.
what are we saying when we say we like Jimmy Kimmel? Like, are we saying
I
like
think he's funnier than Jimmy Fallon.
Sure, but that's like comparing.
He's probably my favorite talk show host at the moment.
So like definitively, you're gonna say that like in general, like put the other Tonight Show people aside. Jimmy Kimmel's funny. Like his show is funny.
Here's my thing about
Because
Jimmy
if we're
Kimmel.
comparing it to the rest, like sure, because like none of them are really, in my
He
opinion,
makes-
that funny anymore.
I like the jokes that he makes. Are we gonna get him in here?
Ask Zach.
Oh, he's ready.
You got a haircut. Oh, my god. Oh my god.
Prepared.
Zach has a haircut. Zach looks incredible.
Seen him with his new haircut?
No.
Here's the problem.
Can you not do Ask Zach right now?
I cannot have a situation with a resident.
Oh my. You have a situation with a resident?
Yeah, well, can't go too
Can't go into too much
break
detail
the
on live air.
you know.
You have to go right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
6 o'clock.
What time's it now?
4:34.
I'll see if I can come back.
If you okay,
Zach, you're
all
a
right.
saint.
Okay. Wow.
Oh
wow.
my God.
Wow. Wow. Okay. If you're listening in now, Zach might come back. Zach might come back later on before the show is over. So if you have a reason to stick around,
It's for Zach.
it's to ask Zach. Hey, guys, if you have any advice you need Think about it.
And maybe he'll come back and give it to us.
Call us in, text us, let us know what advice you need, and Zach will give it to you.
Yeah.
Ask Zach is a segment of this show that was established a few episodes ago.
Zach, for those who don't know, is one of our friends. Mainly,
He's a friend of the show.
he's a friend of the show.
He's a
yes.
friend of the show.
He is a sophomore. He's an RA.
He's a sophomore as an RA.
He's the most mature person I've ever met in my entire life.
Yep.
He looks like he's 40.
Yep.
And he's awesome. And he's so mature. He gives incredible advice.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, those
I
are all
love
true
him.
things that were just said.
I love him.
Those are all true things. And, you know, he gives phenomenal advice.
Yeah. He's so mature. It's terrifying.
A wonderful voice that you'll soon
God
see
willing,
later.
if you didn't hear it right there.
God willing that you'll be around to hear this one later.
God, I'm so excited.
All you guys got to do is just live for at least another hour, at least.
Which, God willing, you were going to do anyway.
you're going to do anyway, hopefully.
Yeah.
Right?
The people are lining up to
They're
listen to Zach
we got
later.
14 listeners. They're calling their friends. They're calling their family. They're calling past lovers saying, hey, you got
Past
to.
lovers! Oh my God.
Because, I mean, in theory, you could talk about what happened between you two and Zach can give you some advice.
My mom said, is Zach single asking for a friend?
Again,
No.
I think he is.
Ladies, I think the doors are open.
The
Or
doors
gents,
are.
I don't know.
Or
But
gents. But I
won't
think
assume.
ladies. I think
Yeah, I do
ladies.
think it's ladies.
So, again, Zach has a wonderful fireside voice. I mean, we're talking.
He does have a wonderful, what a beautiful way to put it.
It's a fireside voice.
That was a beautiful voice crack.
Thank you. You know who doesn't get voice cracks? Zach. Here's the thing.
Wow.
Here's the thing, right?
What's the thing? Where's the thing?
15 listeners now because Zach's name was
Just
mentioned.
Yeah.
Mentioned.
He just totally changed the Cooler's vibe
Men-
just by being here.
My
My
roommates.
dad said Zach can do my taxes. He probably could.
Zach is
He's
probably-
so adult.
Yeah.
He probably could.
Well, we look at Mo and I talk about it. It's like we feel like he has a mortgage. We
like a wife and kids. Like,
He showed us. He showed Mo like a photo of when he was like a kid, and Mo said he looked 14 when he was like 4.
oh my God.
Oh man.
I love him. And I often think about the fact that I had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
And we were just like at SRW together.
Yeah.
Senior ring weekend at the formal dinner and dance, for those who don't know. And Reggie was the only thing sitting in between us. And I didn't speak to him the entire dinner portion because I had no idea who he was.
Zach? Yeah.
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 And then I, got more comfortable as the
Yep.
night went on.
Yep.
Got a little bit, drank a little bit more.
Sure. Why
Lived
not?
my life
Exactly.
as I could.
What else would you do?
And at one point I looked at Zach and I said, I have no idea who you are. And we just ate all of dinner together. I'm Lucia, nice to meet you. And he said, I'm Zach.
Wow.
And I was like, okay. And I was
Yeah.
like, you a junior? And he goes, I'm a sophomore. And I said, oh my God.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And now we're buddies.
And on that night, he went to a bar.
yeah, he did.
He went to a
We
bar.
won't disclose what bar,
We won't
because we
disclose what
don't.
bar.
but he got into a bar.
Yeah.
He also
With
that
no
night-
ID. With no ID at all.
No anything.
Nothing.
And he looked at it and he goes, I'm so sorry. I forgot my ID. He was the last one to go into, which is crazy. I don't know why we didn't let him go first.
Yeah. I think it's good we went first because we
We
gave
are
a little bit more.
confidently, we are 21.
A little more credibility
You're
for
22.
him. Well, come on, cheese. Come on, cheese.
Yeah.
Don't show my age now. Come
Well,
on. Come on, cheese.
1 foot in the grave.
Woke up with back pains today.
Did you?
I did.
Maybe that's because you went to bed at 6 in the morning.
Sure.
What time did you wake up today?
I woke up at 12 and I woke up to the smell of pancakes.
That's beautiful.
My roommates, Miles and Spence, were making pancakes for the room. Pancakes and bacon. Yep.
That is so cute.
Yep. It felt like the peace at the end of a long war to come out of that tunnel and to unexpected like pancakes aroma, to know that my roommates are just making pancakes for the room.
For those who haven't been a part of the Cooler for this whole season,
Yeah.
season 2 of the Cooler, Reggie's roommates, Miles and Spencer, great gentlemen. Everyone in Reggie's apartment, I often say, is they're the only group of men, solely the only group of men that I've ever been a part of. I could be completely alone in that apartment with all of them, and I've never felt more safe in my life.
And we appreciate that.
And I love everyone in your home.
We appreciate that, and we love you too, and
Thanks,
we
Vic.
thank you for that. We
They
thank you
made
for that.
pancakes for you guys?
They made pancakes for everybody.
That is so
we had,
cute.
We had a
You
little
brekkie?
little brekkie, little
group
breakfast
brekkie?
together.
Was everyone there?
Everyone was there.
Wow.
All of us were there.
You nailed. Wow.
We played our little basketball game together.
Sure. Who lost?
I won.
You did?
I won. Yep, I won.
I'm shocked.
Yep, and then we played Mario Party right after that.
I love Mario Party.
We had a nice little time together.
You made Mario Party with 6 people?
We did like teams of 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So 3 controllers. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a beautiful time.
That's so wholesome.
It was a beautiful time.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Love 101. D-Trag 101.
Yep.
The Trag, as you called it recently.
The Trag.
You
Yeah.
texted me, you coming to the Trag, and I was like, the what?
The Trag.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, my dad said Reggie woke up to pancakes at our house.
I did do that. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I woke up to a lot of great food at your place.
Well, that's
the
true.
fruits were great too. The fruits were great.
The fruits at my house?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is a thing that my parents, my mom, both my parents have been complimented on for a lot of my life is the produce that we bring into our home. And I find it really interesting because one of my friends from high school would always come to our house and she could not stop eating the fruit. And she would always be like, the fruit at your house is so good. It was so good. It was so good. And then I would go to her house and I would look at her fruit and I was like, all of her fruit is fermented. Like it was all bad. And they would just like eat bad fruit. And I don't think she knew that it was bad. And then she would come to my house and be like eating gold. And I was sitting there and I was like, dog, this is just fresh quality fruit.
Jeez, you guys have like a paradise of food.
We eat a lot in my
paradise,
house. And
but-
we know how to eat too. We don't just eat, but we know how
I was
to
about
eat.
to say, you don't just eat, you eat good.
Yeah.
You eat good food.
Yeah, we do.
Good food.
Yeah, we
And
do.
I don't just mean like, ooh, blah blah blah. Like it tastes
I know.
good. We came home from an Ed Sheeran concert.
Yeah, we did. There was steak waiting for us.
Go listen to him. He's up and coming. We listened.
up and coming.
We went to his show, and we came back, and there was like, what was it? Like a filet mignon or
Yep,
something?
I think it was
like
probably, it wasn't filet mignon. There's no way, but it was I think my mom made steak that night,
Yep.
and then, which was amazing, and then, ramen. These crispy. My mom makes these not sesame. It's like these crispy ramen noodles.
yeah.
It's amazing. Sheet pan noodles is what she calls them.
We had
And it was like 2 a.m.
a
And we had the
feast.
we watched Drake and Josh, and
Yeah.
we ate great food.
We had like a real meal.
Yeah, 2 a.m.
A meal that would cost God knows how much. God
At
knows
least
how
like
much.
$30. At least
35 ish, including tip.
Well, steak
even
and the
more.
right. I mean, it could have been.
It's
it could
like
be
we're
upwards
talking
of
40, like
40, 45 bucks.
ridiculous money.
Yeah,
And we just had that. 2 a.m.
we cook a lot in my family.
My goodness.
We're big cooks.
My goodness.
This is why. Excuse me.
Take your
This is
time.
why I get enraged when your lovely, beautiful, kind, gentle
You're buttering me
roommates
up right
come
now.
in.
Buttering us up right now.
But they come in.
Here we go.
And they
Here
say
comes the hammer.
crap like lasagna's mid, ravioli mid, not like overrated.
Well, cheese.
They come in and they say garbage on my show, not their show, my show, our show, my show.
I was about to say it's our.
In that moment, it wasn't because you didn't.
I didn't
you
say a word.
I would say you didn't defend me.
I didn't say a word.
You didn't talk about the quality of food in my home.
Whoa, hold on here. Hold on.
You could have jumped in. You could have said boys.
Well, I
Men.
never.
Let's relax. But you said nothing. You sat there and you kept you kept taking videos. You were taking videos of the whole thing.
That's
I
just a
was
reflection of our
enraged.
society at this point.
Yeah.
That's a reflection of our society.
I was enraged.
But cheese. I wasn't.
Veg.
I agree with their takes. That's the problem.
But you know.
And I was going to bring this up, and I'll bring it up now.
Please.
I know that when you said my family has blah, 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 I know they do. I know you guys could probably make a life-changing lasagna.
I know.
Game-changing raviolis.
Yes. They would change the game.
The kind of food where I'm just looking like, oh, this is it. This is the pinnacle. This is it.
Oh, I know.
Right? I know that. But I've never had it yet. So I know that greatness lies in the future. It's there, right? But I haven't had it yet. But how many lasagnas have I had in the meantime before I got to your lasagna? Too many. And they were all the same, cheese. They were all...
You got to crack a few eggs to make an omelet.
Cheese,
bitch.
how
am
many-
I supposed to respond to that?
How many lasagnas do I have to have in order for it to be good? That's what I
Haven't
say.
had my lasagna.
I know.
bitch.
I know. Apparently there is a number because I do trust that when I have your lasagna with your family's wonderful cooking, that this will be, you know, game changing for me as a person.
Anyway,
You know?
yeah.
So that's all I have to say on that. That's all I have to say on that matter.
Yeah. Didn't defend my name or nothing.
Well, I didn't. Again, I haven't had the food yet. You know what I mean? I trust it. I trust it.
I'm enraged right now. Like I can feel the anger in my body. I can feel it.
They're not even here, Chase. They're not even here.
This will be a fight that'll just live through me. And then when I saw your roommates recently, we all went to the basketball game together, which was so cute, by the way, and so kind of them to let me tag along, even though I didn't speak to any of them the whole night because I was on like the edge of the,
Sure.
you know, but they were so sweet. And at the end of it, Miles looked at me and he gave me a little heart.
Yep.
And he said that was for me and not you.
Yeah,
He said,
he
love you,
did.
cheese, not you, veg. And I said, Miles, I love you too. And he was like, let's put this whole feud behind us. And I said, I don't know. I said, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm ready for that.
I've never seen such a more personal thing that struck you like this. I mean, he was literally saying, let's put this behind us. And all this love was being shared. And you looked at him and you said, don't know if I can let this slide.
I don't know.
You're
I
taking
have
this to the
think
grave?
about it. No,
Well,
not to the grave because I don't think I can. I don't like holding that hostility.
you taking this into to the diploma? Till we get to the graduation?
Realistically, if we're being serial
If we're
about
being
this,
real? I mean,
it didn't
yeah,
walk out
right?
of the booth with me.
What do you mean?
I never held this. Like, I don't actually care at all.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Will the feud continue in a playful way? I don't know. We'll see how much energy I have next semester.
Your family's
it
invited to D-Trag 101.
The D-Trag 101's all invited to my house.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
That's nothing for my family.
6?
Yeah. Nothing.
Sure, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
We'll rent a bus. We'll shuttle you guys up
rent
to
a
Newton,
bus.
Massachusetts.
Wow.
Wow. Could you imagine? I can't imagine what D-Trag, everyone in my home, what that would look like.
I think we'd all be really shy.
I don't think Santi would be shy.
No, yeah. Shy, but in a very polite way.
I know. I do agree that I think you guys would all be very quiet.
Very
and I would be like,
quiet.
let's get going.
Very quiet.
Yeah.
But I think by the end of the night, you're getting us. We're going.
yeah,
We're hooting,
yeah.
we're hollering.
Yeah.
We're hooting, we're hollering.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
You better believe it.
You know what I mean?
You put your bottom dollar.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
By
saying.
the way, guys, you're listening to the cooler WDOM 91.3 FM Providence College Radio. Saturdays from 4 to 6. I'm Cheese.
Oh, yeah, I'm veg.
You're just shaking your head a little confused.
That's me.
Yeah. And
Yep.
here we are.
Yep.
We've been listening for a bit too. We've been listening. We're not listening at all. We've been talking a bit too long to have not said that, but oh well.
Yeah.
This feels like a very fast cooler. You think
Life's
you agree?
fast, cheese. Life comes at you fast. Life's coming at the cooler fast.
What movie is that in?
Don't know. What? That's from a movie?
No, it's one of the John Hughes movies. What am I thinking of,
Don't even know who John Hughes is.
bro?
Yep.
16 Candles,
I've seen that movie.
Breakfast Club.
I've seen that movie. The one where he throws a fist up at the end and then the screen freezes and the music goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't make movies like that anymore. Sure.
Puts her earring in.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, no, but
Yeah, Ferris Bueller's always also. Is that the one, Dad? I think it's Ferris Bueller where it's like life comes at you pretty fast.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
I feel like we had just a rush of, we took something. I just felt a harsh, cool down just now. It's a harsh,
We stopped talking about food. I got tired,
we saw Zach and we lost it. We absolutely
He brought in
lost
this
it.
breath and it's gone now.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, yeah.
Sometimes I do miss when we had ads because we got
gives
those
us a
breaks.
chance to breathe.
And sometimes we would Reggie and I would chat during the ads about stuff, and sometimes we would sit here in silence
What if we
for
just
10 minutes.
What if we, yeah, we just sit in silence?
We didn't say a word.
I mean, this is ridiculous what they're asking us to do as a talk show, to talk for 2
2
hours
hours
straight.
is a long time with
No
no
other-
breaks. I didn't love the ads, but I do kind of miss them now because I'm it was nice to get a bathroom break or
to breathe.
just take a minute and
Yeah.
stop talking.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Jimmy Fat, all these dudes, they don't
Yeah.
go 2 hours straight.
Well,
Who goes 2 hours straight of talking
I
without
don't know.
any breaks?
No, I don't think anyone.
Not
does.
even stand-up comedians. They go for an hour and then
Yeah,
then
that's
they're
true.
done.
Hey, did we ever talk about? Did we talk about Matt Rife on this
My
show?
goodness, no, we haven't.
Is that something that we just should discuss?
Everybody's talking about Matt Rife now.
He's the villain number one.
Can we, first off, no one's talking about stand-up comedy for ever, right? Stand-up comedy in general is really
It's a
faded
dying
out.
art, yeah.
It faded out of popularity. Every now and then it blows up again because someone says something controversial, right?
Yeah.
That's what's been happening recently.
Well, it came back a few years ago because
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle and the Netflix specials. The second all these comedians started doing all these Netflix specials, John Mulaney.
Well, yeah, but
But there was this surge of for 2 years where it's oh my God, stand-up comedy's back. And then it was dead again. Which I'm okay with. I don't really love comedy specials. It's not something I'm a huge fan of.
hold on now.
Okay.
Now, yes, they're dead in theory, popularity-wise, but I would say that they're still great, and they're underground now. I'd say mostly you could still go to a comedy show in New York City.
And I like comedy shows. I think they're funny.
Oh, they're the best cheese.
I would love to go to one in New York City.
Some of them are great. Some of them are not. But the great ones, oh boy, are they great. Yeah, what's going on with Matt Rife? What's going on? He's a pretty guy. He's a very attractive guy.
Not anymore.
Well,
This
sure.
whole jaw
Oh,
thing.
oh,
Should
sure.
we talk about that too?
Sure.
So, okay, for people who don't know about Matt Rife,
He's a stand-up comedian who blew up
he's a
recently.
stand-up comedian who blew up on TikTok about a year ago.
Yep.
He's a hit, big
a
draw.
very-
He's an attractive dude.
He is a he's just a generally very
He's a
attractive
really
person.
good-looking guy.
If you search him up, you can't argue.
No,
You can't argue.
he's really
Objectively.
attractive. Objectively, he's really attractive.
Yep. And it's weird because in comedy, that's not how it goes.
No.
That's not how
And
it
now
goes.
a lot of his comedy when he first started getting famous was about the fact that he used to be a fat kid. So we would talk a lot about how he used to be chubby, and so it's okay that he can make jokes, which is an interesting thing to me.
I was gonna say that I've seen other. I feel like a lot of people do that. I feel a lot of people who formerly were that can make the jokes because they went through it. They either got bullied for it, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
They make
It's a little
you know what I
stale
mean?
now in my mind.
Sure.
Because so many comedians were just fat children.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway,
Go on. They had to get it from somewhere. They had to build that character somehow.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because I mean, there's
yeah.
a whole thing where it's if a lot of when you say a lot of objectively attractive people don't really have much underneath because they don't. You know what I mean?
They didn't have to work for the
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Well, yeah.
Go on.
Sure. So Matt Rife, super attractive dude, blew up on TikTok in the past couple of years. All of a sudden, he gets a Netflix comedy special, which is in some senses peak of a career. Nick Kroll has a Netflix comedy special.
it's huge.
John Mulaney has
It's huge.
5. It's a huge deal to have a Netflix comedy special.
Sure.
Matt Rife gets one. opening joke that he has, have you watched it? Have you seen it?
No.
I've only watched like half of the show. But the opening joke, he makes a joke about domestic violence.
Yep.
Super bold. And besides the fact that it wasn't funny, it was also a stolen joke, which is a bigger pet peeve.
Who did he steal it from?
I don't know. I've just
Okay.
seen too many TikToks about the fact that it's like a classic stolen.
Do you know what the joke was? What was the joke?
The joke, the whole bit was that he went out to a restaurant and his server had a black eye. And
Oh, I think I remember.
yeah,
hearing
oh
about
my
this.
God, he's back. Thank God.
Oh my God, Zach's back. Zach is back. We were losing viewers too. We had 17, went down to
no.
15. Guys,
I need to-
Zach is back. Zach's back. Hold on, we got to get this guy in here. Get in. My goodness.
Wow.
Pull up a chair.
You don't have to. We're talking about Matt Rife.
You know about
See,
Matt
there you
Rife?
go.
Come pull up a chair, Zach.
So,
Can I borrow your phone, Cheese, and search up some Ask Zach stuff?
yeah.
My phone's dead.
I know your phone's dead, but so he's up and coming. I was talking about his opening joke. I'm explaining it to the viewers that his opening joke was about domestic violence where his waitress had a black eye, and then
I heard about this.
yeah, and he and his friend were like, maybe, it was like something stupid, like she belongs in the kitchen. If she's that ugly, why didn't they put her in the kitchen? It's like, well, if she didn't know how to cook, maybe she deserved the black eye. Something along those lines. Super appropriate. Not funny. Not a good joke.
Nope.
A classic, like since the 1950s kind of joke where it's like, this just wasn't funny to begin with.
Yeah.
I would say like 1950s is being very generous. I would say like 1990s, 2000s. They were making those jokes in the 2000s.
Well, that was the peak when that was the last time that it would have been.
Oh,
people
in the 2000s?
would have said it was funny.
In the 2000s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
for sure.
Seinfeld would have made a joke like that, and he would have delivered it well, and it probably would have been funny. I'm sure he has.
Out of all people, Seinfeld probably wouldn't have done that. He's so like squeaky clean.
That's.
But
I'm saying
yeah.
he
Yeah.
could have.
Yeah.
Like-
guys like him, Bill Burr,
Bill Burr, Louis
He
C.K.
used to do
before he
that.
was super problematic. I mean,
You know about Louis C.K.?
No,
Zach?
I'm not familiar.
The things that he did some inappropriate things, but we don't need to get into that. Go on.
what did he do? I can't even.
I don't know
Is
if
he
I want to
racist?
say this over air.
can't
Well,
remember.
he
is, right?
He said some racist things he would say that like the N-word in his special.
I mean, similar to the
In his comedy
in
show?
Kramer. From Seinfeld.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that's what happened to him too. But I
Yeah.
mean, this was like just ridiculous the way
Yeah.
that he used it. Cause like
Louis C.K.
he and it is really crazy because he's a white ginger guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. To give preference of who this
Yeah.
guy is.
Yeah.
And he basically got canceled, appropriately so.
Certainly.
He let's say he exposed himself.
That's right.
He exposed himself to I guess some workers or whatever backstage,
that, yeah.
some female workers backstage, and he would to put it lightly, he would expose himself. He would do a little bit more than that, but he would expose
goodness.
himself.
Yeah.
I
remember, I think I watched a thing about Amy Poehler talking about him because they used to be like, I mean, they were very good friends. He came on to Parks and Rec. He was like a big thing.
Who's in Parks and Rec?
He played the cop in Parks and Rec who Leslie dated at some point in time, like in like season 1 or 2. I think if you saw his face, you know who he was.
Anyways, go on.
Yeah, but
Matt Rife.
oh yeah, so Matt Rife makes this joke about domestic violence. Everyone's saying he got a jaw implant or something crazy, like ridiculous, and yeah, that's now it's super problematic. But he's like not talking about it. Like I looked at his TikTok,
Oh no.
he like doesn't address it at all.
Well, he addressed it.
Did he? Did I miss that?
He addressed
what happened?
it. People who are like
Was it like
complaining.
people can't take a joke? Is that what he said?
I think
Well-
he did say something about it.
Well, people were complaining about it or whatever, and he posted on his story like this is my response or like apology or whatever, or this is my response to anyone who was offended or like, hurt by my special. And it was a link. And it was a link to like helmets for people who have special needs. And he was like to purchase it. That was his response. That was it. And he just carried on his business. That was his response. That's Louis
Yeah,
C.K.
that's Louis C.K.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow,
So, yeah.
I did not know that about Matt Rife's response. That's horrific.
I think Matt Rife is one of those guys, like, because I watched a little bit over the summer. That's when I first heard about him. But I think he's very much, he likes to really toe the line.
Oh, yeah. He is the kind of guy that, like, he definitely, he's the kind of guy who would make so many jokes and then drop, like, I think, like, 2 really inappropriate ones, like, in college, and everyone kind of looks, I figure, would, like, look around and be like, do we say something? Like, do we say that you probably shouldn't have made those jokes? And then you just kind of move on. So no one, like, humbled him enough to be like, shut up.
Well, here's what I've heard from the whole situation is that, like, a big reason for why he did that was because before that special, a lot of people saw him, he had a lot of, like, female fans. A lot of women were fan of his work.
Want more male viewers?
He, like, I think people viewed him as, like, a comedian for women.
Because he's super attractive.
Because he's so attractive.
And so
like,
attractive.
a lot of the clips that you see, he's very, like, kind. And he's very, like, there's a lot of clips
he
where
does a lot of crowd work.
His
and
crowd
he's-
work is off the charts, though.
It's
Yeah, it's
good.
good.
And
It's
he's
really
like,
funny.
and he's also like really sweet sometimes to some of these people in the crowd work.
Yeah.
So for the combination of how attractive he is and how sweet he seems and that he's funny, why wouldn't he have a lot of like women who like him?
I'm there. I'm right there with him.
He's the perfect package.
Yeah.
Before this special, he was the perfect package.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why he went completely on the other side, and because he even said this one's for the guys.
Yeah.
Like this, it's for that reason because he wants to like prove that like he's more than just that. Which I think he just hurt himself. He just shot himself in the foot like 5 times by doing
How
that.
badly did he hurt himself? Because I heard about like his response. I heard about like the joke itself. Like I heard it wasn't well received, but did it really hurt him?
Well, here's the thing. His whole comedy, I only watched half of it, but the whole thing like wasn't funny. He went from a domestic violence joke to then he made a bunch of jokes about people with special needs.
Really?
Yeah, and he talked about like one of his like nephews or something who has special needs. He was like kind of making fun of him, and that's something that really frustrates me for a lot of reasons. He was making a lot of jokes about autism, which I didn't find funny. And then he made some other jokes, like sexist jokes and stuff. But I don't know. He just like the whole thing that I watched, where I was like, it's not like. And I said this before you came on. I said I don't really love those like hour-long Netflix comedy specials. It's never been my big thing. I would much rather watch like clips or like the TikTok thing. I've never been a huge fan of that. The only comedy special that I could watch over and over again for the rest of my life is Nick Kroll's comedy special. Was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I thought it was hilarious, but it's never really been my thing. And it's just like I really think that the best type of comedian is the kind of person who can make really funny jokes like without offending people. Like you can make a joke without, figuring out if you're going to lose some audience members. And I don't think Matt Rife has that capability.
Sure, yeah. I think good comedians could be offensive, but as long as like they're
Tastefully.
but as long as everyone's getting shots, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like if you could, as long as everyone's getting shots, then I think that's fine. You know?
I think too, like I think for him, he may have reached a point where he felt untouchable. Because then you go to I've watched some of his videos where like people will be in the audience and be like roast me.
Yeah.
And he'll,
But here's my thing.
Yeah.
How did he get, like, this is why I don't like him either. His ego got so big so fast. He was around for like a year and he felt, I think, like you're right, he felt untouchable. And it's like, not to bring her into it, not to discuss it, but it's like someone like Taylor Swift, very different area.
We were doing so good, Cheese. We were doing so
I'm so
good.
sorry. But
we had like an hour.
I'm not even
Cheese.
gonna really talk
an
about
hour.
it. But
the LeBron of the music.
Stop.
oh
Zach,
my god.
Zach.
I mean,
Zach. We were doing so good.
I'm bringing it, and then I'll leave it right there, and we won't talk about it
I
again. But
can't-
I'm saying,
I can't
she
escape
has
a
been
day.
in the music industry for like 17 years. That's it. That's an untouchable person. That's one.
You could have said Beyonce. You could have said Beyonce.
I didn't want to say Beyonce.
We could have just had one day.
I didn't want to do that. Anyway, someone like that, untouchable, okay? I think Beyonce does have a song called Untouchable, or one of her
Yes,
albums is.
Oh, wait, is it?
I think it is.
It was Megan Trainor.
Does she
Wait,
really?
no, I've heard this one song, but I don't know.
But people like that who've been around long enough, but like comedians are less untouchable than others because they make so many jokes.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to be so like I can't think of a single comedian that's like, I mean Ellen DeGeneres is a horrible person, but like
Yeah, I was about to say. What
That's
are you
another
saying?
thing I don't know enough about.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Like
What?
I've heard.
Oh my
I've
God.
heard a couple things, but I need to look more into that because I don't know enough.
She's
I never really
like
watched a lot of her.
horrible. I used to watch her all the time. I used to come home from school and my mom and I would watch her like every day after school. Oh yeah, we had like 50 recordings of her show like on our. I was about to say VCR on our
VCR?
what's it called? Our recorded thing like for every week because oh my God, I would watch her all the time and she's like awful. People say she's really abusive to her wife and like she's not a good person. She's terrible to staff. She's like apparently awful.
I need to look into that because I never watched Ellen growing up, but she's always very like a very popular household name in the sense
Yeah.
that she always had stuff going on for her. So like I was familiar with her, but then there was the whole thing. I think was it 2020?
Yeah, it was around then.
Yeah, where people started talking. I think
Well, everyone's
Warfare
like, she's
started
just
playing.
mean. Like, a lot of her jokes were literally just, like, scaring the hell out of people. And, like, just being, like, super mean. And it's like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ellen, if you want to call in and let us know like what you think about what we're saying about you, feel free to call in.
Ellen, if Portia de Rossi is there, give her my number. We can chat. That's all I have to say about
Jeez, what's the number that we
that
got
one.
to call in?
It's 401-865-2091. I also love Portia de Rossi for a lot of reasons. Have you guys seen...
I don't even know who she
Have you
is.
seen Arrested Development?
Nope.
Have you seen Arrested Development?
I've heard of it. I never watched it.
She's one of the main characters on that show. I don't know if you guys would recognize her if you saw her, but she's beautiful. Let me look her up. She's funny. She's really funny.
James Corden also sucks.
Oh,
James
yeah.
Corden?
James Corden, you know who James Corden is?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's canceled.
He's also terrible.
Is he
Portia de
really?
Rossi.
A really like lame.
What happened to James Corden?
He's just a jerk.
I think I've seen her before.
Again,
Yeah.
James, if you want to call in too,
I would
feel
love
free.
if James Corden called in
I
and gave
heard
his
that
2 cents.
Jimmy Kimmel is a jerk in real life.
Oh, my God.
She was just talking about
Are
how
you
much she
kidding me?
loves Jimmy
I just talked about how
Kimmel.
I like
But no, no,
Kimmel.
Jimmy Fallon's a jerk too.
Jimmy Fallon's supposed to be an ass.
Man, they're all jerks.
I heard like
That's
in
how
real
I get
life,
so
in
far.
real life, because I think who did I hear? I think I met this guy and he was saying that he has a friend who goes to school, whose son goes to school with Jimmy Fallon or whatever. But apparently he's kind of a jerk in real life. I don't know if that's true or not, but
In New York or California?
is he in California?
Kimmel's in California. Fallon's in
I think he's in
New York.
California.
Damn.
So I don't know which one is.
I was just saying that I liked Jimmy Kimmel. That's so tough.
I like his show though. I do like the show.
I think he's funny, but
Yeah.
I think he's the funniest of the late night
I would
talk show
agree.
guys.
I liked James Corden though. He
He's
used to have
funny.
some stuff on the shows that were funny though.
He was funny. I liked his segments, like the
Yeah.
segments he would do.
Like the
like-
fill your guts or
Yeah,
that was a fun
that
one.
was fun.
The singing ones,
Carpool
yeah.
karaoke was always a
I like
classic.
I think Conan O'Brien's a cool guy.
I don't
I
like
don't think
Conan O'Brien.
he gives me weird vibes.
All right,
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I said. I said he's creepy.
Yeah,
Zach,
I don't know.
but he's not actually creepy.
Gives me weird
he's
vibes.
That's
creepy.
I think he leans into it though. Like,
he
Yeah, I think
leans
so.
into it, but
Does,
I
yeah.
He
think
looks creepy. There's something about him.
he's weird in a sense that like makes fun of himself rather than
Yeah.
making the guest feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I like David Letterman. If you ever seen clips of him, he's like really weird with like some girls or women have been on his show.
Isn't he canceled too?
Well, it doesn't matter
How many?
anymore.
What's the list of canceled people?
Like literally.
Too many.
I've had rants about this. I hate cancel culture though. As I feed into it and talk about it,
I was gonna say,
I think cancel culture is awful.
Do we still really like cancel culture was like huge back in the 2010s? Are we still like
That's bigger
talking
now
about it
than-
like that in the 2020s?
Definitely. To say
Judges.
someone's canceled,
Who got canceled recently?
Colleen Ballinger, the whole ukulele thing.
Oh, I guess.
That's totally.
Who's that?
I guess.
She's the one who Miranda sings from our childhood.
She
She had
had-
lipstick and everything. She was big on YouTube, and then
Wasn't she like
I had no child.
grooming her fans or something like
she
that?
groomed fans. She like sent fans her intimate items like clothing.
Crazy.
Like yeah, she sent fans like underwear and things. It was like super weird. She like brought a like 14-year-old up on stage at one point and like spread her legs. It was super super inappropriate.
Oh my goodness.
And she got canceled. Like everyone was like, Miranda sings, this is a problem. And her response video was, did you see the whole ukulele thing?
No.
Oh my God, where you been, Zach?
Listen, growing up, we watched TV once a week. So,
Really?
yeah, once a week.
Whoa.
I
I
don't-
let my brain just rot.
My parents made us read all the time.
Well, that makes sense why you're so
No, I'm not.
adult.
Nothing really.
Nothing stuck.
So. She looks familiar though. Was she
Zach,
in
where
any
are
like?
you from?
I'm from Brockton, Massachusetts.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Wow.
You guys are both New Jersey. New York.
Newton, Massachusetts.
You're from Newton.
I'm not. Yeah.
Where are you, Reggie? Where are you from?
Guess.
You said Jersey, right?
Guess.
I just get.
That was the
That's
guess.
Jersey. It's not Jersey.
All right, so it's not Jersey.
It hurts.
It's okay, bud.
Although,
Like New York,
yeah,
Rochester.
no,
I was gonna guess that's
Downstate.
sure, I guess.
Brooklyn?
What's it called?
Nah, no, not Brooklyn. I don't think you guess it.
Westchester.
Yes.
Everyone here is from
Wow.
Westchester, though. It's
That
like
That's
is
not
rich.
true.
no, that
It's
is
rich
true.
New York.
It's not all of it is.
Not all of it is.
I've been to
Not
Westchester.
all of it is.
No, because I used to
Not
go
all of it
to.
is.
You know,
Yonkers is
you
not
know,
rich.
Wow. Reggie's rich New York.
White Plains, New York.
Half of where I live is rich. Yeah, I know White
So
Plains.
yeah,
Yeah,
we used to. My family like around. What's it? Was it Memorial Day weekend? We used to go down. We used to go to New York twice. We go to Lake George, Columbus Day weekend.
I want to go to Lake George so badly.
It's amazing up there.
I want to go
year,
there.
especially around like Columbus Day weekend. We used to go all the time.
Nice.
And it's very beautiful in the fall. But then we go to like in April or something. We go to New York, and so we'd stay in White Plains, and then take the train into New York City. So that's kind of how I'm familiar with the area a little bit. But I think there's a hotel in Westchester that we stayed in because it was not far from White Plains, unless I'm wrong. So we just hop on the highway, go to like White Plains area, have breakfast at this cafe. It was really good, and then but enough for other rambling. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The only place in New York that I've been to is, well, besides like the city, is New Paltz.
New Paltz.
New Paltz.
Yeah.
Where is
Wow.
that?
It's right outside of Poughkeepsie, right? It's like aroundish there. It's like in the middle of the state. And I went to New Paltz with
Isn't that like really rural?
care package. It's like rural-ish. Yeah. And it's hilarious though. So I went with my girlfriend. We went and we
You
stayed
said
in this.
care package. I was like,
That's her
oh.
nickname on the show. Her name's Carrie. We went this summer and we rented a tiny house. And we had no idea what New Paltz was or what it is. And it is this town that's like, it's like not actually straight out of the 70s, but it's straight out of like Back to the Future of the 70s. Like there's tie-dye everywhere. It's like everyone looks like this like hippie. Not just like a little like flower power. Like these shops are like the psychedelic whatever. It's crazy. We had no idea what we were walking into. And it was like so hippy dippy. It was ridiculous. Every store was like insane to walk into. But we had the best meal of our lives at this place called like Huckleberry something or other. And they had these like Parmesan rosemary French fries that I like dream about to this day. They were so good.
Wow.
All I know was like a 4-hour or 3-hour drive from my house, and it was just straight down the Mass Pike, like literally the entire way. We took like through the entire state, and then we just like went up a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've never been to like Manhattan area?
No, I've been to the city.
Okay.
I visited this past summer. I went to the city, saw Big Time Rush. We went to Margaritaville.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was a cute little dinner.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, Westchester isn't all rich. It's not. There are parts that are very rich. Yeah. Not all of it. It really isn't. It really isn't. Especially where I live. Eastchester's rich.
Eastchester? What the hell is
Did you
that?
say Eastchester?
No, I didn't say
Oh,
that.
I was
You
gonna say
said Eastchester.
Eastchester's
Is
rich.
that a real place?
It is.
That
It does
sounds
not
made
sound-
up.
Eastchester.
That sounds made up.
It's not. It's real.
Eastchester?
He's
Eastchester.
like, try Northchester. Northchester.
Which do you think Northchester is?
There's no Northchester.
Eastchester.
Eastchester.
That's ridiculous.
Eastchester is within
Oh my
Westchester.
God. That's
Wow.
insane.
Yeah. Crazy, right? Crazy. Zach, quick question. What are you doing after the show?
I have to submit a late assignment, which I'm
Slay.
almost
It
done.
was me too last night.
And then I really should put like a good hour or two into my Civ final.
Okay.
I forget you're in Civ, man,
Okay.
every time.
Okay.
Tomorrow I'm gonna definitely put a lot more time into the Civ final, but
Is it like an exam or is it a paper?
it's an exam. I had a paper and I have an exam. So
Don't miss those days.
yeah. It should be relatively easier than like normal Civ finals because there's a response in the back like last part, but this first part is like I think there are like 16 topics
Oh my god.
and you have to pick like 6 to 8 of them. So technically, like you can just pick the topics you're good at, but the ones you're not good at, you want to make sure you know. So
Wow.
you have some range, but I still want to make sure I feel good. I'm not too worried. I'm just gonna make sure.
Are you an honor Civ?
No,
Okay.
I could never.
Because I was going to invite you to go to the mall, but that's not a good idea.
Yeah, it may be a little rough today. The mall, I would love to honestly, because
Me, Mo, Lucia.
bro, come on, don't do this.
You don't have to. You don't have
What
to. It's
time?
okay.
What time are you thinking?
Probably right after the show.
This, yeah.
It's
I
okay.
just got the
we don't have
invite,
to.
so.
We don't have to. It's okay.
Don't stress. I mean, you're already taking
Don't
time
do it,
out of your
Cheese.
day.
I mean, Zach, you got to work.
You got time.
Did
You
we
got-
come up with a nickname for Zach?
No, we have to have one though.
Something really.
I've had.
I thought we had like a name, a food related name for Zach. Who did we come
My
up with that
sister
for?
said it's like snack, something snack. But I don't think
I want like a specific
it's got to
thing,
be something. Yeah.
but we'll figure that
We'll
out
think
after
about
the
it.
show.
We'll think about it.
Zach,
Yeah.
there's a reason why you're here.
Besides delighting us with your presence.
Yeah, we were really gassing you up when you left. We were
Yeah,
talking
we were.
you up. I mean, oh my goodness. Zach, it's time for Ask Zach. Ask Zach.
There you go. That's your little.
Oh,
Wow.
are you ready? Just to let this was actually posted 12 hours ago, so they actually need you right now.
So it's real.
Is this like a Reddit
This is
moment?
real. This is Reddit. They need you.
12 hours
This
ago?
is 12 hours ago this was posted. So they need you. Okay?
Wow.
Get close to the mic, Zach.
Get into it.
They need to hear you.
There
Hear
you
me?
go.
All right, there we go.
There we go.
There you go.
Perfect.
All right.
I can't stand to hear my own voice, so it's like a little bit of a. Anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of awful.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful voice.
It's funny because we were
we
gassing
were
up your
really
voice.
we said you have a fireside voice.
That you said that. I was like, that's so true.
I think if I like lean into the voice, I
Yeah.
think it can be better, you know.
Sure.
But that's gonna take time.
I mean, you know how many choirs could use you? You know
could
what I
sing
mean?
it?
No,
Get
no.
that low, like
They
Got a
don't
little
want me.
baritone.
They don't want me to.
they
That
need
could be
you.
you.
You could help complete some songs. You know? Wow.
All right, Veg.
All right.
Zach.
My boyfriend says I have an odor. What do I do? All right, I'll read it to you. Okay.
Boy.
Any initial thoughts come to mind right now? Let me read it. Let me read it. Let
yeah.
me read it. My boyfriend, 26 years old,
Yeah.
said that I, 25 years old, have a smell that turns him off. We've been together for almost 3 years, and we've been living together for a year. He says he noticed it when we moved in together. From my clothes to just me in general, regardless of showering. So showering doesn't even do anything. I asked him to describe the smell, and he wasn't able to. What is this? Oh my God. Wow. The topic came up when we were discussing why he prefers. Does this need to be a part of the story? Why does this come up in? I can share
Gotta
this.
say it, I
feel like
guess.
this has nothing to do with the story.
You
but
gotta share
the topic came up when we were discussing why he prefers porn over us getting intimate.
Oh my God.
I know.
Wow.
What is
That
that?
this just changed the entire.
Maybe that's why it's
The
relevant.
entire-
Huge wrench in this.
Wow. Good gracious.
We just got 2 more listeners, bro. I can't imagine the text. This is on my phone. Reggie's reading this off of my phone. So I'm afraid of what my family is texting about this. Okay, so carry on. Keep reading.
I never felt so embarrassed in my life.
That's fair.
He told me he doesn't want me to overthink it. But how can I not?
Yeah.
I don't know how I can interact with him or other people without being in fear that I smell.
He basically like, it's like getting a knife to the heart and then putting a Band-Aid over it and saying you're fine.
I'll give you an update.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just, you can't say that. And then
Yeah.
be
Oh,
like,
yeah. There's already an update?
There's already an update. It's been 12 hours. I asked him about it again, and he says it's only sometimes and when he gets close to me. I honestly don't know how to take it.
I have a
That's
couple questions.
horrible.
I have like a couple questions that
Sure.
come to mind. It's like, okay, so you've been dating for 3 years and you never once bring it up. We've been dating for a year now, and only now you're bringing it up.
After living together, yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the
Throwing
part
that
that's
whole
little.
intimacy thing in there is also fishy for me.
Yeah, and then his preference between being intimate or, you know, like,
Computers.
Watching stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's also just really like, I don't know, man. Sometimes you just don't need to say some things, you know? Like, I don't know. I think in this case, what does she do? I would say, I think it needs to have more conversation. I think
Okay.
more conversation to start, just to get more out of like what's going on. Because even now I have questions, but like, because like I like the question, I have questions as to like why now, like why is he bringing it up now?
Wow, that's a good question.
Great question.
Also, too, because could it be him making excuses? Could it be him trying to, I don't know, cover up for something that may happen down the line, or he's planning?
Oh.
You don't know. I'm not trying
Oh, I
to
wasn't
like.
thinking
You don't want to
about that.
spiral, but you don't want to like. You know, I would just start having those conversations.
Wow.
Then you can ask, okay, maybe the smell, where's it coming from? It could be, I don't know, like hair product. It can be whatever. I would say that. But then also, too, because he's saying he can't describe the smell.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like it's more of a him problem than a her problem at the moment. Because it's
Well,
like he's
yeah.
saying he can't describe the smell.
Yeah.
It bothers him. So is he dealing with an issue that he doesn't want to talk about?
I think that's very true. I think it's kind of a cover up for
That's, yeah.
the whole intimacy issue, which is like a much larger issue for
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
a relationship.
'Cause it's
Like
not adding
that's
up.
insane to
It's
not
not adding up, yeah.
and to not have addressed that or like not talked about that or not brought that up, and you've been dating for 3 years, you've been living together for a year.
Yeah.
I also think this is a very solvable issue. Like if your smell is not something they like, you can get perfume or cologne or change your products. Like I don't think this is a
It's not about
It's
the.
not
It's
like
not
a
about the
Gametown
smell.
issue. Like
It's not
this-
about the
yeah.
smell. I don't think that's what I'm
This
saying.
is
I
not
think
like a
it's
crisis.
yeah.
Like-
I really do think that it goes further than that. Like I
I'd
think
say
it's,
get out
it's
of
more
there.
him. Yeah, I think it deserves a conversation before completely jumping off the ship. But I also
Sure.
do think that like it's more about him than her.
But if someone looks at you and says like I
That's what
don't,
I'm saying,
I
yeah.
don't, I prefer to involve myself in
Yeah.
a different thing than you. I think that's classless.
that's just
and I
screaming
think it's
that.
gross.
But it's also screaming that A, it's gross and classless, but B, like there's a problem that he's dealing with potentially.
In the relationship.
Yeah, that's true too.
That's what I'm thinking of, like more than anything. Like I think there's a problem that he's dealing with, and if that's the case, then there's really nothing you can do in that situation other than leave because
Yeah.
you can't really help him
Yeah,
if
totally.
he is in fact dealing with a problem. So
totally.
Do we think like, I mean, yeah. So like, so the odor thing is just a cover up. You think, or you think that's genuine?
I think it's a cover up.
It's a cover up.
I think
Like there's.
I think it could. Yeah, I'm leaning that way.
I think it could be also like a true thing. Like I think that they could have a scent or something. Like I think about like Carrie has a very specific smell in her apartment. I don't know how I would describe it. That's the thing. I'd be like, I don't know. It just smells like your apartment. But it's like I understand if you didn't like that smell, bring it up. But why? If you've been together you've been living together for a year, and you're not bringing it up, that's a little bold to me. It's interesting. I've noticed it for a year.
It's not even that. It's not even that he brought it up. Like it's not just that. It's the fact that he like within that context too.
Yeah.
That makes it so much worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Veg, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys are right. There's definitely something underneath going on. You know, I don't think it's
Maybe
just
he's
the odor.
cheating.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's kind of like a if that's what he's using as like an excuse or like, you know, just something to like, you know, I don't know, whatever it is. Your girlfriend just texted you and said, "You saying you don't like my smell?" Question mark.
Oh my god. No, I think your house, it
We
smells
got to
great.
get an ass Zach going on here for this.
no.
It smells great.
I'm
That
scared
girl
of
has
this one.
40,000 candles. It smells fantastic in there all the time.
40,000
And she has like a wax burn. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's got to be a vibe.
It really is. It's very cute all the time.
Well, I think that candles in general just are very calming. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%. You're welcome anytime, Zach. Reggie still hasn't come. And it's been an
Yeah,
open
well,
invitation.
I'm ready to visit. I am.
Post mall. Trip to care packages.
I guess in theory,
Is
but
it-
we could
Wait,
still
is she
enjoy
on
a visit.
campus?
No, she lives in Cranston.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
She graduated here 2 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was my HRA.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, the
Hopefully
plot
make you together.
thickens. Okay.
Not quite.
Plot thickens.
Not quite.
She was your HRA.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I would love to visit. I would love to visit.
Yeah.
Play some video games.
She got a Switch now. So.
Ooh, I got a question about video games.
Ooh.
What's your question?
So, growing up, we never played video games.
Sad.
My cousins always had like the Xbox. I started the first console. Well, the Wii. That was the first one.
Yeah.
But the first real one that I remember was the 360. So that's like forever a classic in my mind. But anyway, so I'd only play video games like when I went to their house, which was maybe once a week at one point. But like generally, it wasn't that often. So recently, I went out and bought my first console,
What'd you buy?
the PlayStation 4. People said to get the 5, I know, but like I'm not rich. So the 4 had to be what it was. But what games do you recommend? And was the 4 a bad idea? Should I have gotten the 5? Should I have gotten an Xbox? It's a loaded question, I know.
Hold on. 'Cause I was
Because
look-
it's down to preference too, because some people will say Xbox. I love the Xbox controller personally, because that's what I'm familiar with. But I heard PlayStation's a better. You know.
Because I was looking at the advice stuff for Reddit. I was still looking for new stuff. The question that you're asking me, can you repeat what?
This is an Ask Reggie moment.
Oh.
Ask
This isn't
Reggie
Ask
Leach.
Reggie.
Sure, I guess.
I can't comment on this at all.
Do you game at all?
No. I had a Wii growing up, which was
Okay.
awesome. And then Carrie recently bought a Switch, so I've been playing the Switch a lot. I play Minecraft.
Okay.
I'm a craft galley.
So is this a I'm sorry, your girlfriend's name is what?
Carrie.
Is this an X Carrie X Reggie moment?
No, because Carrie wouldn't know the answer either besides having a Switch.
So this is only an X Reggie
I
moment.
don't
It's
even.
just a Reggie moment.
I don't even know the question. I
so
I was
rude.
reading the thing. I was.
Do you have a gaming console?
Yes.
Reggie has
What do you have?
PS5.
Okay.
If
and a Switch. You have a Switch.
I have a Switch as well. Yeah.
Do you ever
Nintendo
have an
Switch.
Xbox?
I did have an Xbox 360. I had.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're familiar with both.
Yes.
Okay, so my question to you is I have the PS4 now, or I'm about to get it. It's coming in like Monday.
Okay.
So should I have gotten the PS5? Like, is there a major difference between the two? 1. 2, should I have gone with the Xbox? Because like that's what I'm familiar with. And 3, what game should I get?
Well, to answer your first question, you got a PS4, right?
Yep,
And you bought it, or it was given to you?
I bought it.
How much? How much?
Where were you?
How
You
much did
just
pay?
said this.
I was reading. I'm sorry, but I was
This is in the booth.
I was desperately trying to find another
Oh
one.
my god.
Did you? So how much did you pay for it?
I think it was like 2 something.
2 something. Where'd you get it from?
Amazon.
Amazon. Ooh.
What does that mean?
Well, I was gonna say it was like GameStop. You could just go in and return it. But
You can return something on Amazon. Easy.
oh, right. I don't know how that
I
stuff
guess.
works. But I would say,
Why are you already saying he should return it?
well, because I think you should get a PS5 over PS4. I think a PS5, there is a lot more. There's a lot more that is offered with the PS5.
Such as what?
Just well, the new games are coming out on that, and you could also get like PS4 games on the PS5,
Okay.
but you cannot do that vice versa.
Well, what games are coming out on the PS5 PS5?
I mean, it depends on what you like.
Like, is 2K coming out on the PS5 only? So that's the case. I'm gonna cry.
I think you probably could still get on the PS4. I'm sure.
This is so not a cooler
I got-
conversation.
This is not, but
Oh my
we're here. But if you like sports games, then PS4 is fine. I
Okay.
think they'll still release stuff on the PS4. PS5,
Is there going to be a PS6?
probably
That's
soon.
my question. Like, because they're always coming out with new ones. Like, why?
I would say a PS6 is probably 5 years ish from now.
5 years?
I would say so.
Why?
Well,
When didn't the PS5 come out like years ago?
that came out like what, 2020, 2019?
No.
No. It was like a search up when it came out
I will.
because the PS4 lasted for like 7, 8 years.
It is true. It did last for a while.
That lasted for a while,
that is
7,
true.
8 years.
PS5 come out.
I remember my cousin had this. Like,
When the
James
PS5
Oh, it
Bond
was
game.
November of 2020.
Yeah, it came out in 2020. So you got at least like 5 years for sure of the PS5. And then the PS6 will be out, but you probably won't be able to get it till like maybe a year after that. So it's like 5-ish years.
Okay.
The new games that are coming out, if you like, I don't know, like, do you like Spider-Man?
I'm not like a crazy Spider-Man person.
Do you like single player games?
On Spider-Man.
Okay, I got
Spider-Man.
GTA 4. Wait, 5.
You can play
You
GTA
said
5.
it for GTA 6?
I saw the trailer or whatever it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
that, I didn't grow up playing it, but I remember like my cousins playing it, and I remember playing a little bit of it. So, like that I'm excited about getting and playing on the PlayStation.
Getting all those.
Yeah, I
games
think
right now.
if you can, and it's fine to have a PS4, but I do think you should get a PS5 if you can
But
because
it's like 400, 500. One thing you'll learn about me is I hate spending money.
sure, that's fair.
This is like my Christmas gift to myself because I don't spend.
That's
money like
fair.
that.
Do you like to play video games a lot?
No.
Oh,
so,
then-
like, that's another thing too. Like,
Why'd
the
you
most-
make the decision then? Why you were just like, I need it?
because okay, so this semester has been incredibly draining.
Yep.
In the sense, not in like a bad way. Like I think in a fulfilling way. But
Wow.
one thing that like, because I do still feel fresh to a degree, but I'm also tired at the same time. So it's like a weird, I don't know. But anyway, like one thing I wanted to start doing was making sure that my room is like my space for me to just chill. So like I have lights in my room now. So
We're
why are you
matching
looking
shoes
down?
again.
Why are you looking
Are you
down?
really?
We
Really?
always
Like,
match shoes. Me and Zach.
I've watched this happen now, I think.
This
a few
happened, I
times.
think, the last time I was here.
We
Yeah, but
always
were you wearing the tan ones or were you wearing these
might
ones?
have. We always unintentionally
yeah,
match.
yeah.
It's so funny. I love it.
I was thinking
Anyways,
about this the other day. I need to get more Vans too.
they're great.
Yeah.
Go on. What were you saying?
But no, I want to make my room more of like a chill space. So like I have a nicer seat now.
Well, McDermott rooms are big.
Lights. Yeah, my room is very big.
It's a big room.
double.
Yeah.
So I figure, okay, the next thing I need to add for my room is maybe like a speaker and like a gaming console because I never gamed. So like I think now it's time to enter into that world. And I always kind of go where my dad was like, "Don't get video games; it's gonna rot your brain." Whatever the case may be. And to the point, he was right. I do think if you have too much of anything, it's not really a good thing. But so I was always kind of like hesitant to get like the PlayStation. I still kind of am because I know my dad's going to give me a little bit of something for that. But
At like 19 years old?
20 years old, yes, he's
20?
going to still.
Wow.
But anyway, I feel like it's that time. I feel like I want to.
Wait, Zach, when was your birthday?
It was October.
It's in October?
Yeah,
Wow.
Wow. When in October? What's the date?
October 7th.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's the day before my dad's birthday.
really.
He's on
I know
October
someone-
8th.
I know someone who's the 8th too.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm the 8th.
No, you're not.
I'm not.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm not. What?
We
19.
have 19. Well, we don't.
It's cause Zach's here.
It is because Zach's
The
here.
Zach effect.
Wow.
We're usually sitting on 11 or 12.
12? That's a lot. Let's be real.
It's nice.
I always feel like it's not. It's
19 listeners is great. There's 19 people just tuning in.
listen to us. What's up? Welcome to the Cooler. WDOM 91.3 FM Providence College Radio Centers 4 to 6.
Yeah, Chi, say it one more time because we haven't. People have to know what they're watching.
You guys are listening to the Cooler. WDOM 91.3 FM Providence College Radio. If you want to call in, have any questions and advice for Zach or for us about literally anything, the number is 401-865-2091. I'm Cheese.
I'm Veg, guys. If you just like to hear just people chat, if you're not trying to you know, you don't really feel like hearing like, oh, sports talk, or oh, I'm not trying to hear what's going on with these movies. Like, you just want to hear people just chat.
This is where you come.
This is it. This is the miscellaneous show.
This is where we have.
And we're here with Zach. And yeah, Zach, I do think, you know, now that you explained it, I think the PS4 is a fine purchase if you don't really see yourself playing video games a lot. There's a lot of great games to play on PS4.
Yeah.
So I think you're fine with that purchase then.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like I spend more time away from my room than I do in my room. So, like, that's another thing, too, of like, okay, at the end of the day, maybe to wind down, I may play, I don't know, some GTA or some 2K.
Oh, then you're fine.
But, yeah.
You're
if I was
fine.
putting in hours, then I'd be like, okay, maybe I should spend, you know, a little more money. But
I respect that. No,
Yeah.
that's a good choice.
All right,
Yep.
let's move on.
That's enough. That's enough for the
back to Taylor.
video game talk. Back to Taylor. Oh Jesus, no.
I'd do it. Let's bring her in, Taylor. If you want to call in, let's chat. Woman of the year. Woman of the
All right.
year. How you trying to avoid her
See,
now?
you got her rolling. Now you got her going again, Zach. You got her going again.
I mean,
You got her going again.
woman of the year. Just saying. You got her going again, like you.
I do have
ever
a question,
suck.
though. I do have a question about her.
Yeah, what's
We
up?
may as well, you know what? We've like teetered the line a couple times. But we may as well
Hit me with
just
it,
Dude,
Zach.
we were doing
May as
so
well.
good. We were doing so
Okay.
good.
because
Don't.
maybe from there we could transition to football. I don't know,
That's
but
not gonna happen. What's your question, Zach?
It's not going to happen.
I was in class the other day, and my teacher mentioned Woman of the Year, which, first of all, I'm curious as to why, but then I thought about it more, and then I was like, okay, she did the whole Taylor's version. Her album was doing well, all the above, so I guess that makes sense. But then my teacher said she thinks that Travis Kelce isn't good enough for Taylor Swift. Now, I thought that's a very interesting take, so I don't know.
He isn't
Wow.
good enough for her?
I don't think I could disagree with something more.
So you're saying that he is the right one for her?
I don't know if we're losing listeners.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
we are.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
we
they're
are.
gonna get married, but I don't think that he's not good enough for her.
I feel bad if I'm the reason you guys lose listeners.
You're
I'm
really
sorry.
not. We got
Oh,
it back.
no, they're
We're
back.
good. I think that Travis Kelce is a very different kind of guy. That she's only dated British men since like 2012 or something. That's true.
true.
I think he's a very different type of guy, the different aesthetic, different energy, and I think it's good for her. I won't give a huge long explanation, but I disagree with that statement. I don't think that he's not good enough for her.
I think he's just a very genuine person. Like,
Travis
if you think that
Kelce?
Travis
Yeah.
Kelce, he's kind of a what you see is what you get type.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Like his brother, the same thing. So that's why I kind of thought it was interesting. I throw it out there, but
Wow, my dad wanted me to point out that it's the Army Navy game today,
it
Okay.
is. Yeah.
and the Army's up by 10.
I have a friend that goes to West Point.
I just want to say, I like how, like, I just said, like, we don't do sports talk. We do and it's the first thing we jump
did
into.
both.
Go on.
Sorry.
Army versus Navy.
But you know
Which
what's
team do
crazy
you want,
was-
Zach? There's a right answer. There's a right answer in this booth. There has to be. There is. I'm telling you.
I like the Army in theory.
Oh boy.
Actually, no, and I walk that back. I like the Navy in theory. I like the Army, and I know people who go to West Point. So, like, that's why a part of me wants to root for the Army, but I also do have an appreciation for the Navy. I think the Navy gets, like, I think the Navy's underrated in terms of just, like, their branch of service. So, like,
Okay,
because
well.
they always seem like the underdogs, I want to root for the Navy.
You shouldn't. My father, my old man, was in the Army, so
Oh, no, so he's going to give you...
he's probably gonna give you a lot of crap for that, Zach. You're not welcome in my home.
Oh, my
You
goodness.
set him up. You set him
I
up.
did. No, I really
You set
did.
him up.
No, I apologize.
That's okay.
I apologize.
He's
Thank
Wow.
you for your
he'll be.
service.
Oh,
No,
no,
I-
For
that's
your
so
service.
dramatic. Don't say that. Don't say that.
But he
I
appreciates
think
it.
it's so dramatic when people say that.
No,
Like,
I like...
it gets me. Cracks me up.
Is it dramatic?
Probably not, but I roll my eyes so much.
I know. How long was he in the Army for?
A long time. He did 4 tours, and he was in Iraq twice,
No, thank you for your service.
Kosovo. Texas. No, because here's the thing.
Jesus say it. Don't say it. Stop
Like,
it.
I love my
Stop
dad.
it.
Yeah,
She said
I
you better
love
stop
my
thanking
dad.
him.
He's a great guy. He's, you can vouch for this.
Hell of a personality.
He's a great
Hell
guy.
of a
He does
cook.
not give off Army vibes at all. Like, at all. He's a he's a doctor. He doesn't give that vibe off either.
And he's a surgeon.
Well, yeah.
Jeez.
But he is the goofiest, like, silliest man I know. But it's so funny because I grew up with my dad a couple of times, not being there for a while. And I think it's hilarious because, like, every time people are like, thank you your dad for your service, thank you for your service, all this stuff, I'm sitting there, I'm like, the things that my father has done for me include I can park in the veterans-only parking spots. My brother's gotten out of tickets before. My brother's car didn't get towed once because we all have veterans plates. I don't think cars pull us over because my dad's gotten out of tickets because, like, the things that I reap the benefits of is
thank him for his
wild.
services.
Well,
You should thank him for that.
oh, he was 18 years in the reserves.
Wow.
That's, yeah.
Wow.
You know what's interesting about that is that if I had not gone to college, I would have gone into the military.
Really?
I could totally see you at
100%.
West Point.
I think you would thrive. Like, you just give me the vibe of someone who would, like,
Well, I mean,
rise in the ranks.
because I did scouts and I was an Eagle Scout. So like,
My brother was an Eagle Scout.
yeah,
That's
So-
a feat, dude.
yeah, like so for me, like that was
Did you do Order the Arrow?
I wanted to. That's the one thing I never did. I think
brother
you could
did that.
still do it. I think
It's supposed to be super intense.
Yeah.
What do you like? What do you do for like a Boy Scout, Eagle Scout? Like, what do you do?
My
You
brother's
make a
whole thing-
fire.
You don't make a fire. What was your
You do make
project?
fires.
Well,
Mine was I partnered with an organization in my hometown, and we basically put together like welcome home baskets, what they're called, for homeless people moving into homes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So yeah. There's a whole story with that. My uncle had lost touch with my family. He passed away from homelessness. So that's kind of why I wanted to dedicate that project towards him. But so that was my project. But yeah, Scouts. I mean that changed my life in so many different ways. So but if I had not gone to college, I would have gone into the Army. Easily.
Wow.
Or maybe the
Easily.
Army, but military, some branch of service easily, because it just seemed like the next thing for me to do. And even coming here, I wanted to either go into ROTC or do like National Guard. A part of me still just want to do that. I just don't know if it makes sense to do it now.
So we're
Well, if you go in after you go to college, you can go in as an officer. You're not enlisted. It's kind of
so we're looking at the timeline of Zach being in Providence College. What does Zach from Providence College like want? Like, you know, apart from because you mentioned that stuff, but
what's your major?
what's your goal now that you're here? Like after college, you know what I mean? Like if military and that stuff isn't that right now, if that's why you're here, what is it? That's tough to ask a sophomore.
Yeah,
but,
that's a horrible question.
But
No,
I'm just curious.
I like questions like that because it pushes me to find an answer.
Those are two major paths
Yeah.
you could have went on, either one.
Yeah, I think I would have done well in the Army too, just because of like how I like ranks and how I have a respect for the rank process in terms of just like because you have to respect others. A certain respect is given once you reach that point, but also like I don't know, there's always somewhere another level to rise. So I always like that for myself. But my major is econ and PSP, double major.
Okay, PSP.
Social minor.
I'm a Soch minor.
yeah.
Have we talked about this before?
I don't think we have.
Love Soch.
Yeah, I like it too. I didn't think I was gonna do it, but I'm just doing it because I like it. You know. So
It's a good, yeah.
yeah, but after college, I want to get into emergency management, or perhaps even work with like FEMA and disaster relief. Like I want to do something in that and within that realm.
Wow. Be a social worker.
You want to be a social worker?
I said you could be a social worker.
I don't think I want to be a social worker.
Really?
I don't think I want to do that. I want to work on because that's more. Well, I mean, social work is very broad, but I feel like that's more of like a micro scale in terms of like it's more specific towards something, depending on what type of social work. For me, I want to do like macro stuff more in the sense of like management. Like I want to be.
You'll be okay.
I think I could be. I just don't know if that's what I wanted to do. Like,
Well,
I like,
that's fair. I'm not
because
going to
I also do like stress situations.
Oh,
I
you
like-
should be a social worker.
I like multiple moving pieces at one time.
Zach's like, Lucia, shut up. I don't want to be a social worker. This is my plug. Social work department.
So you're a social work major, I'm
Yes,
assuming.
sir.
Okay.
That's the one.
Yeah, so that's what I want to do, but I don't know. That's a broad question of what I want to do after.
PSP is a good thing to go into if you're looking at like just like having that in your
Yeah.
back pocket's
Yeah.
wonderful.
For sure.
Do you know what It's like it's what is it? It's political service.
It's public. So it doesn't even stand. Like the
Right.
PSP,
Do you know why it's called PSP?
I have no idea.
I'll never understand that.
I have no idea. Maybe public service program. Maybe
Oh.
I
That's
don't.
wow. He hit that.
Wow.
one.
If I
That
had
was
to
great.
guess,
Wow.
if I had to
Wow.
guess,
Wow.
Because
But it
we
doesn't-
as
That
a
was
social
great.
work department talk about it all the time because nobody knows
it
what it
doesn't make
stands
any
for.
sense. Yeah,
You threw that out there immediately.
that's my guess, but I've had time to think about it.
That was wonderful.
So
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, after college, I mean, I have some time, but hopefully, I want to spend a semester in DC, maybe next year. So if I can
Is
do
that
that,
something are you applying to it now?
I think the application's later on in the year or early next year. So I have some time, but if I can do that, then that would be really good, and kind of helping me figure out what specifically I want to do in that emergency management department. Maybe social work, who knows? But
Don't gas me up, Zach, please. Wow.
what about you guys though?
Oh, what about us? What do we want to
Yeah.
do?
Yeah,
Wow.
Much bigger question
Um,
because we're old. What do you want to
don't
do?
say
Dylan?
that. Jeez, we're not old.
What are you going to be?
you
Stop
guys are
it.
seniors.
Stop it.
Yo.
Stop it.
You know he's 22.
All right,
You're
guys.
22.
Isn't he so
All right,
old?
guys. Come on.
Reginald?
Jesus.
What's your middle name?
Alexander.
And I knew it was going to be
That
oh,
is a strong name.
Reginald Alexander Sinning.
Yeah, it is.
That's a
It's so royal.
It is.
So regal.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Could be a little nurse. Nurse.
Yeah. Currently, unless something changes radically, nursing is the plan.
I like that.
If I something radically changes and I don't know, blow up as a celebrity or something like that, I'd
Cooler
pursue
gets
that.
famous.
Yeah,
Cooler
I'd,
goes viral.
I'd pursue that for sure. I definitely pursue that, and see how far I can get with that. But as of where we stand, yes, nursing is the track. Yeah, I mean, it seems like a cool career. I like all the stuff that I hear about it. I mostly hear positive stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really hear anyone say "Oh, you're gonna be a nurse." I hate nurses. It's
So
it's
funny.
a pretty
The
positive
only person who says
profession.
doctors.
We all need them.
But I wonder if that's I feel like doctors must have if that was an opinion they had, that must have changed especially after COVID in terms of just because doctors are struggling without nurses.
Oh no, I
Drowning.
totally. I think it's. I mean, my dad's a doctor. My mom is a nurse. I don't.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man in a hospital.
I know, right?
Freaking thing.
Look at this.
Cheese City.
Your home was a hospital.
Yeah, my
you're
brother's in med school now,
Oh
so
my goodness.
Jesus.
yeah, it's super aggressive.
My goodness.
I'm gonna be a social worker. Not
You're doing
making-
social.
No, but I don't think the stigma's right, but I do think it's there.
Well, just with the doctors, right?
Doctors thing. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I think the
that's
rest of the
fair.
world loves nurses and appreciates them.
I've
The way doctors don't.
look.
Not
I'm
my dad though.
I'm pretty I feel like I could be more exposed to it. I went over the summer to a hospital and I had an internship there, but it's also one of the best hospitals in New York that I went to. And it was phenomenal there. I mean, everyone was just incredible. And the doctors treated the nurses well, mostly there. So I wonder what it is like at other places.
Yeah.
My dad said he would never say that about nurses, by the way. He said we would never say that as a doctor population.
And I appreciate that. But geez, go, your turn. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm gonna be a social worker.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my plan.
What specifically do you want to do?
Oof.
Because it's such a broad.
It really is.
Career
I'm
path.
going into micro work. Looking into.
Oh,
boy.
we're getting a call.
Hold on. Oh, I don't know this number. Hi, you're on the cooler.
Hi, this is Reggie's mother. How are you?
We're good. How are you?
Good. I'm not going to stay long. I just wanted to let you guys know how much I've really enjoyed this semester. I'm going to miss you so much, and I can't wait until next semester when I get to have you again on my Saturdays.
Oh,
Really enjoying the show.
thanks, Mom.
Thanks. Thanks for
sweet.
listening.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. You're my favorite.
Oh, thanks, Mom. That's really
I'll
sweet.
cry right here, right now. Wow.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope you all have an enjoyable Christmas and New Year's and everything, and that's it. So I know that there's not too much time left in the show, but I just wanted to let you know how much
I would just like to
that
say-
we enjoyed everything, and I'm looking forward to next semester hopefully we'll get the Saturday spot again. It's a perfect spot for you guys.
Oh, let's hope so. Keep our fingers crossed. Thank you for calling.
Exactly
Yeah.
what I
I would just like to
All
say,
right.
you have a phenomenal son.
Thank
a
you.
true
Oh,
gentleman. So you did an amazing job.
Zach, stop it.
Oh, you guys you're too sweet. Thank you. And I'm enjoying you and your guest spot. Your advice was spot on. I thought it was awesome. And Lucia's hysterical. So I love it all. Thank you. Thank you.
for
Thanks for listening,
calling.
Mom.
Oh,
All right.
have a happy
Okay.
Christmas and New Year and all that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. You guys take care.
Hey, you too.
All right. Bye.
Wow, that was so sweet.
My number one supporter is your mom. She always
She's the
agrees with
best.
me. Like, there's no one in the world that agrees with me on podcasts on this show more than your mom. I love it.
Yeah, she's the best.
Lovely lady.
Very lovely.
Wow.
Yep.
Thanks for calling in.
Thank you for calling in, Mom. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Social work.
Oh, yeah,
Social
maybe
work.
social work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What
Well,
thing?
micro stuff, probably tracks and putting on balance care specifically. Excuse me, but I don't really know yet. Probably, I don't really want to work with children, and I wouldn't be surprised if I worked.
Written on these walls are the colors that I can change.
It's an outreach program for the homeless community, which I really, really liked, and it's something that I was much more passionate about than the placement I'm at now. So I wouldn't be surprised if I went back to homeless outreach, which I really enjoyed.
That's really good work.
I really, really, it changed my life. So, and that was much more fulfilling, I think, than where I'm at right now.
I think for me, like when it comes to like social work, the reason why I have some reservations for pursuing it is because it seems more like reactive,
Oh, interesting.
like you're reacting to a situation
Yeah,
versus like,
proactive.
yeah, but not even in a bad way. Like I think because I think for me, like me being me, in order to be a social worker, you have to be like a special person to be able to like really like take the time and just
Yeah,
be there.
yeah. Well, I'm flattered. Even
And I'm
though
like,
that was a
I can be
compliment
like
to the whole
high strung
profession.
in certain
Yeah.
areas. So it's like I want to just like find solutions, but sometimes you gotta just like be there and just like honestly just be like available for that person.
Yeah,
And not everybody has that like ability to do that. And I don't know if I have
that's fair.
that ability to do that.
It's tough stuff sometimes, but it's
Yeah.
worth it nonetheless.
Oh yeah, no, it's very, very, very much like very important for sure.
Hope so.
Yeah. Well, guys,
3 minutes left of our show.
This is the last episode of season 2
Yeah.
of The Cooler. Zach, it's an honor to have you here with us for this moment.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. This is the last one of the semester.
Last one of the semester.
Yeah, we're wrapping it up.
Yep.
The girls who always listen are lurking out.
Yeah, they're outside watching. This is hopefully we get a little season 3 going on.
Oh, God willing.
A
Could you
renewal
imagine if they
of The
said
Cooler.
no?
If they canceled us,
Yeah.
that would be tragic.
That would be
I would,
tough.
I would.
That would be tragic.
I would riot.
Zach would riot.
Of course.
Picketing?
But season 2, listen, we had a lot of technical difficulties we had to
sure
work
did.
with. We had a lot of old staples.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I don't even know if we'll be able to bring back, but hopefully we can from season 1 for the next season. Hopefully,
We gotta inquire about that one.
this is it's a work in progress. But with what was given to us,
We did a good job.
we try to recreate and continue the love and the vibe of The Cooler.
For our listeners who stuck with it through
Season 1.
season 1 and through so many technical difficulties and cancellations for season 2.
Cancellations, late starts,
Yeah, we had some rough moments.
no
But we got
sound
through it
effects,
together.
so much.
No fireplace.
It's no fireplace.
It's okay.
We truly, from the bottom of our hearts, are grateful for each and every one of you for making The Cooler what it is. It's because of you guys. It's because of you guys for making The Cooler what it is.
Like emotional.
And well, geez, I'm gonna get emotional for them because next semester we're gonna get emotional for us.
It's so true.
So
Oh, boy.
we'll give it out to them.
Yeah, we will.
To everyone who listens,
Thank you.
Lucia's family, Care Package, Jalen Blanford,
That's the one right there.
my parents, my mother's friends, my uncle, Uncle
Yeah.
Jim,
out
Lucia's
to everyone.
uncle,
Yeah.
many people. We all thank you. It's been a
Yeah.
great season. And I know I'm hogging this up right now.
No,
Jeez.
hog it, please.
But again, this, the show and what it means to us, what it means to Zach, wouldn't be what it is if you guys didn't listen and you guys didn't partake and you guys didn't remember all the things that we talk about on the show. It makes it feel special to us, and it means a lot.
To our listeners who aren't a part of our, two respective families and communities and stuff, to the random people who've called in,
to the random people who've called in,
to our guy Juan,
Yep.
we will find a way to play
Steely Dan,
or Blue Valentine, I
Yep.
think it was,
Yep.
or our people from last season.
yeah.
Thank you, Jen with
Jen,
her apple
everybody. Look,
thank you so much.
thank
We
you
love
guys
it.
for everything.
Yeah.
And season 3, we're hoping will happen. We're hoping we can get some sound effects back from season 1. That'll be great.